because the update title things doesn't quite work. I think we're all set. Oh, they're streaming, they're streaming. Okay, I think we're set. I did clear on that one. Yep, that's fine. Cancel, and if we go to that, go to video. Bingo. Nice, okay, this is kind of working so far. Right, adjust those things for that. Okay, we're getting there, we're getting there. It's a little bit slow on the off the beat, but I think we can actually do that. Happy days. Right, okay. Right, okay. Head over to my channel, create a dashboard, close you down. I've got that favorited. Stream manager, accept. Okay, I think we're more or less all there to go. Right. Hopefully this will show everything as it should. Does it say one does dance too? Yes, it does. Right. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. And welcome. Welcome, welcome to another episode in our Generation Zero thing. Why is that saying that's out of bounds? What is that? For some reason it's not quite aligning up. Game capture. There we go. Weird. Okay. Must have accidentally clicked it or something. Right, game capture. Lock that shit in. Cool. So, welcome one and all to our latest live stream. My name is Mr. Jaeger, and we are going to be hopping in to have a bit of a crack with all that's going on. I'm going to kind of position myself. Right, that goes there, that goes... Ah, okay. Probably down there, probably might be a little better. Put that towards there. Okay, I think we're more or less set to go. Anything blocking? No. I'm going to put the Discord off. Right. So, here we are. And I'm going to just turn off the music as well, because obviously we need to do things. Anyway, so yes, welcome one and all to the latest episode in our journey. Today we're going to do a little bit of a continuation. Not sure how long we're going to go for. Might go for a couple of hours, might go for 3. We'll see. But I really, I was thinking on doing a bit of a live stream today and tomorrow, so I probably will do like a third episode tomorrow. But today I had a bit of a time with something else, and I felt like... Ah, yes. Cool. Yeah, so I was, basically, to summarize what we were doing, had a bit of a really poor time hopping on with Star Citizen. Basically had a series of really terrible, case of bad luck in terms of what's going on, and I kind of reached my breaking point with that, so today we're going to be wrapping... Well, today I thought, you know what, screw it, spend the rest of the evening doing something a little bit more productive. So, thought we'd get on with a bit of this. In the first episode, we did a bunch of things. Of course, we were able to successfully start our adventure. Sadly, not having our first, having our first death at the last innings, but on the other side, we did get through quite a bit of bad guy, which I think is quite an awesome thing, to say the least. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to focus on completing a few of the side objectives, because we've got a few missions here and there. Side missions, we've got Road Rage, which I think if we track that, the objective is that Road Rage? Yeah, so there's a couple of missions here and there that are on the northern tip of the archipelago, but what we're going to do first of all is we're going to head over to this undiscovered safe house in the south. What are we wanting? What's the objectives? With a machine gun? Sure, and sure. That seems a little bit silly, but okay. So, we've been introducing ourselves to the chaos that is this world, and it is already beginning to... Yeah, we've already gotten ourselves a decent level up. We're like level 8 at the moment, so hopefully we can get ourselves to level 9 and get us through. I've also been doing a little bit of searching for all like different bits of ammunition, weapons, and equipment, which I have now stored into this thing, because I did say in the previous episodes I would be going through some of the bunkers and finding out as much as we can. I'm curious, does it reset on a daily, or is it just... is that it now? Yes, that is it. Cool. I do prefer it that way, to be fair. Because then it just means I know I've actually searched it and gone through it properly, which is important. But yeah, essentially the plan for today is we're going to try and finish off this archipelago and get moving on to the next stage, which will obviously be the destruction of the monsters creature. Well, it's the first real sort of steps into what's going on, because originally we were still in the process of recovering from the initial shock of what the hell is happening to our friends and family, and now we're looking more into the realms of, oh shit, now we know what's happened, we now need to we're now in the realms of like recovering from that shock and now starting to take the right kind of steps for it. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it is still night. It is indeed night, and it's a very atmospheric night as well. But our objective, to start with, is to head to this safe house, because there is a couple of important things to note. Well, a couple of bits of gear and everything. Oh, hello. Okay, so there's... The entranceway has got a scout guard on him. Normally I'd be more keen about having a big old firefight, but considering the timescale we have today, I'm not going to be super... Yeah, I'm not going to be super super determined to have a big fight. Ideally, I just want to try and get the objectives done as fast as we can, and then move on to getting ourselves out of the archipelago, which is fair enough. On a plus, though, we have increased our carry capacity up to 80, which means I have a lot more capacity to... So we are now in a bit more of a relaxed stage. Well, initially. Until I get the new level up. We'll need to... I might just adjust the settings a tad. Cool. But yeah, we might have to adjust the... we can... So I lost my train of thought there. It might be that we have to... Cool. We can be a little bit more relaxed when it comes to gathering bits and pieces. I think I'll adjust it to like 60. Be the in-betweener. Because I'm going to have to be dependent on sound in order to hear something. Oh, fuck's sake. You know that my brain is not right there. I may be dependent on sound in the distance to prevent myself getting caught by surprise, is the words I was wanting to say. But my semi-retarded brain decided to give you the most basic understanding. Sound is dangerous. No shit. Playing limbo with the things. Good effort, but... See, what's kind of fucked up about this whole situation is the lack of bodies. That's the bit that kind of is a bit freaky, and I kind of know why. Obviously, I've played through the game, so I know the story and all that sort of jazz, but it's been so long since I last played that I can't fully remember everything. But every time I do certain little bits here and there, I get snippets of information back into my head, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's because of that. And so I find myself going like, oh god, there's no bodies here, and it's kind of freaky. And then I'm like, oh, I know why. It becomes... I remember why now, and I'm just like, It's a nice view, though. Like, this area here is nice-ish. I personally wouldn't want to live here, but I can't deny that it is nice. It's a pleasant location, put it that way. I mean, to be fair, if I had to live anywhere on this island, I probably would lean more towards the center, or preferably over here. Like, here-ish. I'm not a fan of coastal areas, to be brutally honest with you. And that's not just me gonna shit on the nice bit of terrain here. It's like... It's just... I personally find that coastal areas are a bit way too exposed for my personal liking. Hello. Red means bad. Unless that's a dead one. Oh, that looks like it's a dead one. Well, I know it's a dead one. That right there is why I need the sound up. For those who can't hear, it's the blades of a drone / helicopter in the distance, so I have to be very careful. Ah, there we go. Ooh. Ooh. Oh ho! 44 Magnum. Not bad, not bad. Right. We're coming up towards... Yeah, that's what I was worried about. I mean, there's a relay beacon, which is obviously a good idea. But unfortunately, that does mean... it's blocking our way. I'd be half tempted to do it on the way back rather than over here, so we'll try and sneak. I won't lie, this is probably one of the better reasons why I like playing this game with the music off. They nailed the atmospherics. Dawn is approaching. I'd say another 40 or so minutes and we've then got the beginning of Dawn. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and skirt around. Pardon me. Okay, so there's a convoy military vehicle, but I don't see any contacts over there. So, I'm going to try and skirt around these two hunters. Push up towards the lighthouse. So long as there's no one watching, or so long as I'm not in line of sight, I can sprint. And then we're gonna get the. I think there's also a mission up in the lighthouse. I can't quite remember, but But what I can say. Another bloody... Are you joking? Okay. So it looks like I'm going to have to fight for this one. Oh, wonderful. Nothing quite like atmospherics to make the day go fine. Okay. What have we got? Pumpy. Yeah, I got a pump action. I've got a sniper rifle. I've got my handgun, which is actually a pretty good handgun. And then I got a whole bunch of useful-ish stuff here. We'll try and see if we can snip some of the dogs. I realize I'm in a bit of a rock and a hard place, because there's a good chance those hunters are going to come after me. But if I can just somehow... I will have to fight for this one, because I can't imagine sneaking around and getting to the lighthouse without triggering those guys. But if I can get close enough without triggering those douchebags, I should be okay. There's also a nice house there, but we'll grab that on the way back. Ooh, there's some bits and pieces here. Oh, nice. There was a safe. Anything of use? There is indeed something of use. Get in. Okay, we'll close this door so I can actually get a little bit closer to it. There we go. Okay, what do we got? Ooh, very nice. I mean, the 9mm Beretta does beat you, just about. But if we didn't have the 9mm Beretta, we'd be set for a while. I do like the Glock. It's a good gun. Well, I say the Glock. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. We've been slightly depleted of our EpiPens supply, so I'm definitely keen on getting some of that. Oh, I just saw something. Yes! Oh my god, please say it's a good gun. No, it's not. God fucking damn it. You tease me, game. You're like, hey there, you want a submachine gun? And I'll be like, yes, please. And then you're like, no, actually, I'm going to get you a shit one. And I'll be like, you son of a bitch, game. Right. I will spare you from the horrible cringe of asshole game voice. Is there anything? No, okay, cool. Just turn around and there's a fucking hunter staring at me going, shit, buddy. Ah, yeah. That's kind of interesting that the blood's here on the other side of it. It's like he got his ass beat so hard that the blood went through the van. Anything of note? Nope. Oh, hello, but there is something of note here. What that be? That be medical. Get in. Okay. Maybe having a look at this thing here. Right. Okay, sweet. So, we've checked the entirety of this building, or this van, and no, so far, no joy. Right, we're going to use the van to... Down we go. Ah, cool. Another 44 Magnum. And another 44 Magnum. As you do. How many Magnums do I have now? I have 3 44 Magnums. All of these Magnums are shit. It's like you don't want me to have fun or something. Okay, we've also got a whole bunch of bodies and drones and dogs. And what's even better, I can't see shit through this rain. That's just wonderful, game. Really appreciate it. How about you throw a fucking tank in there just to add the extra bit of lube to fuck me over? Why don't you? Okay. Oh, look, another 44 Magnum. And another 44 Magnum. Will any of these 44 Magnums be any good? Of fucking course not. Oh, that's even better. Thank you, game. Really appreciate it. I feel like this may become a bit of a shotgun moment. I'm just getting a sense because I can't see in front of my face. Right. I'll leave the nice police officer in peace. Don't mind me. Gives me fucking hollow point ammo on a fucking 44 Magnum that don't do shit. I would rather have a lever action rifle than a 44 Magnum that did 44. That fired in 44. No joke. Oh, that's the point. Is the scope I got any better? No, it's not. Not really. Alright, boys. Sphincter clutch time. Shit for dick. Shotgun time. Oh, now you decide you want to stop training. Now that I've committed to the shotgun. Now, of course, you... Now, yeah, still raining. Just doesn't. Fucking hell. Loading. Nice. Right. Happy days. Right, let's open up this reserve. Hello. Base. Right, okay. Well, that went a little better than I thought. Like, I took care of a decent amount of them, and I got, like, 2 of the kills, which I'm honestly kind of... Oh, hello, my pretty. Now, the question is, are you actually going to be a decent firearm, or are you simply just a piece of crap weapon that supposedly will be good? You're good! Let's go! You're actually not a piece of shit. Go figure. Fuck yeah. Let's go. Only you're an MP40. No. To be fair, I do like the Swedish weapon that you get. I would not mind a high-quality one of those, that's for sure. But, hey, look. We take what we can take, and I am happy with that. Okay. Oh, miss. Bye. Great. Fuck off. There we go. Cool. Right, okay. So, apart from the fact that we've now got ourselves a nice little old... Yeah, nice HQ, which allows us to hopscotch between the two, which is nice. We also get one of these, which is nice. And if I'm not mistaken, a decent sniper rifle. Alongside, I think this is the most southern point in the entirety of... Yeah, this is the southernmost point in all... Well, okay, you could argue the southernmost point is actually down there, but the southern high point, which if we look over here, there is the archipelago / that region. We look over here, there is the mainland with the big mountain in the distance. And I think that little outstretched location there will actually be the other bit, so that's pretty cool. But also... No. Another semi-shit sniper rifle. Okay. And look, don't get me wrong. I'm happy to get free shit and also stuff that we can deconstruct. But at the same time, it would be nice if we got a 3-star or something. You know, 3-star primary weapon in our first episode would be nice. Sorry, second episode. Right. How much have I got for carry capacity? I'm already getting kind of close. I will put all of the guns that we are not using. Ah, yes. I don't know if I was able to say, but... Where was I? What did I get? There was something I was going to report because I actually found it was really... Oh, yes! So, whilst I was searching stuff around, we actually found a couple of really good items inside one of the bunkers. First of all, it's this Volkov extended magazine, which is very nice, tier 4. We've also got a crisp extended magazine, so that's a level 2 upgrade, which is dope as shit. So I'm pretty satisfied with that. We'll deploy that, we'll deposit that. Dump that into there, dump that, dump the radios. Emergency flares I'm going to keep away. Like, I know that the emergency flares are exceptionally useful when dealing with certain other types of things. Oh yeah, I know. But, oh yeah, that reminds me. But at the same time, right, dump that. Yeah, we'll keep the good SMG away for a time being, because I have an SMG ammo, and I do like the fact that they swapped out the different ammos. I'm not gonna lie. Like, in some people's minds, they're like, oh my god, you should totally... Some people would be like, if it's 9mm, you have to disparage between handgun. You shouldn't disparage between handgun and SMG. It should just be all 9mm ammo, which they did for a time. But then, unfortunately, we then had problems where players had to choose between whether or not they wanted a pistol or whether or not they wanted a submachine gun. And I don't personally like having to make that decision. Okay. let's go murderize these two hunters, because we were very fortunate in the sense that we did not have to... Right, where the hell are they? Oh, I think they're around the corner. Yep, there we are. So, actually, that's a point. What's my skills at? Oh, I'm nearly leveled up. Cool. So, how many is there? Just 2? Looks like just 2. Cool. So, we'll push up to a position. I'll go snip. Cool. I'll go snip, and then we can destroy... We'll go destroy that. Oh, there's 3. Okay. 3 of those. Is there any dogs around here? Kind of want or hope to say no. Looks like there isn't. And we've just taken care of all the dogs on the far side, so this could just be... Yeah, it looks like we're just going with this one. Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't see any obvious signs to worry about, so I'd say let's just push towards this position. Oh shit, I just realized my... I'm like, what the hell is that? And then I'm like, oh wait, hang on, that's my phone. Okay, I'll just leave that on silent. Okay. Wait, 4? Are these fuckers multiplying every time I don't look at them? Instead of being the weeping angels, they're the fucking angels. If I swear to God, if there was a 5th one, I would have cried. No, it looks like we got 4. Oh... You know, maybe I might have been a bit premature using the flares or throwing away the flares. Right. Okay, here we go. Hi, how you doing? Right, let's make sure to have these doors open. Actually... may not have been the best idea. Oh, they're the dogs. Thing is, if these fuckers... if these fuckers decide to throw some smoke screen on me, it's going to be difficult because I'll be open and exposed like shit. Oh, bleh. Down. Loading. not lie. This no crosshair system is actually working better than I thought. Yummy! Like, it's making me really think about having to not... It's really making me think about... Maybe... It's really making me think about my positioning, and also making me not spam the... Really making me think about... Fuck. About not... About aiming and not, like, pulling the trigger manically on, like, games with, Cool. We got more, we got more, we got more, we got more. Well, that's the achievement done. Fuck me. Well, that was epic. Good old firefight. But yeah, like, what I'm finding that this that the no crosshairs is actually encouraging me to do so is really forcing me to take my time with certain shots, because I don't have the luxury of a crosshair that makes it, you know, that even though I don't like using it, you end up using it because it's just how the game works. You play a game with a crosshair, you become reliant on it because you're like, well, I can see that the crosshair changes color, even if you're subconsciously not, even if you're consciously trying not to use it, like I did when you tried to use it without the thing. You notice that the crosshair changes color or adjusts something, and you end up realizing, shit, I'm using it regardless. Which is why I downloaded that mod, to more or less completely change. Nice. Completely change and to not use it at all. And I think it's honestly doing the better. It's honestly for the better for me, because like, in that battle, I noticed how much I was slowing down my shots. Because normally in the previous game, I'd be like... I would be absolutely pelting mag after mag after mag. And I was, you know, still, when I could, pelting my mags and going crazy. But in comparison to what I was doing before, where I would simply, you know, in comparison to before, where I would just literally spam the fire key until absolutely every round was exceeded from my ammo, I instead found myself... Ah, cool. Mola PP. Decent addition. I was instead putting myself and taking my time with each of the shots. I was sort of going bang, 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 bang. So I was really slowing down. But not to the extent where I ended up... There we go. Yeah, but not to the extent where I ended up. There we go. Not as extensive as I was before. Whoa, what was that? Oh, hello, Volkov. No idea what this is. But considering the shit edition is slightly better, is just slightly... What is just... That looks like a Makarov. Is it automatic? Well, we'll see. Alright. Okay, let's go knock out the signal jammer and gather up all the EXP for this location before heading over to... back to the north, where one of the... Probably should have taken the radio from the other one as well, but Right, okay, cool. So we've taken care of that. That area is now clear. Let us head over to this location so we can gather up and prepare for the next phase. Okay, so the next phase is going to be focusing more on... Cool. Now, have I completed that mission? Oh, destroy a tank with a handgun. Right, okay. That makes more sense. I was like, destroy a tick with a handgun? That doesn't seem like it makes too much sense at all. Then I'm like, wait a minute. Terrible. Okay. Terrible. We're going to make so much crap with this. Okay. Gone. Good effort, but no cigar. Right, cool. Cool. We've got the 9mm ammo here as well, which is dope. Cool. Right, ammo first. I'll never... Well, that's not that I'll never... Okay. Oh yeah, forgot to. Dual mode, low light or IR vision processor. I'll get rid of the IR, but I will attach the... I can't remember how to change it. Control. Oh, X, that was it. So night vision, object penetration. Cool. Okay. That'll do. Right, okay. So now we need to go over here. And actually, before we do, have we disposed of everything we could possibly... Ah, yeah, I forgot. All the primaries. Right, get rid of you. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. And get rid of you. Perfect. I'll craft a few. There we go, that should do. And we do... Oh, we have one set. One bunch of phosphorus. That's fantastic. Right. Let's have a look. See, schematics for apparel. Apparently we've got some additionals, which is nice, I suppose. Oh, jump boost would be nice. I see, so I need to make more of those things. Gotcha. Jesus. Okay. That should do. We're not going to need these remote-controlled explosives for a few, but might as well. Because then I think if we do that, we've now got only still... Okay. Ah, but we do have 26 of... Oh, that's why. Okay. I'm just like, son of a bitch. Oh, yeah, why not? Might as well spend the points to get... Yeah, the 50 cal ammo should definitely be a thing. We have DLC points. Nice. Okay. The toy law is not really what I'll be going for. Armor piercing ship would be nice. I would say... Okay, I tell you what. Yes and yes. Hacking dart, no. Sensory jammer. That'd be dope. Maybe. Oh, portable homing turret. Yeah, shit. Wait, if I const... Oh, that's why I... Okay. I now know why it did that. I'm going to make a few more of these. And then I'm going to make a bunch of these. You'll see in a minute. Right, first of all, let's deposit a few of these back. Okay. Keep doing that. Right, okay, so, equipment. Oh, suddenly I have 30. What a surprise. Let us see. See, I don't like the fact that it has ethanol. See, the landmine makes more sense. And compressed air. That, you know what? That might actually be a good strat. I actually feel like I could use that for the sake of what it will cost. The DLC, I've got 15. Yeah, there we go. So, yep. Okay, sensory jammer. Everything else? Not really. Okay, so let's have a look. See, sensory jammer. What exactly does this sensory jammer do? Okay, I've crafted one. Okay, so it's not as what I thought it would be, which is a bit of a shame. I mean, it is if I really want to go into... Yeah, that's fair. Right, consumable. Yeah, the homing turret thing, the portable armor thing, definitely a good idea. Experimental would be great, but I don't have any experimental things. Do I not have the means to make an EMP? Is it just that? I could have thought I had something else. Oh well. Oh yeah, we have the whole companion thing, but I'm not super likely to do that. Right, okay. But yes, the hand grenade slash... Well, not hand grenade, but the... Pardon me. Okay, sweet. Okay, let's go now. So, let's go and get ourselves objected. Oh, I probably also have leveled by this point. Okay. I have leveled, yeah. And we are increasing carry capacity by an absolute bugger ton. Yes, lovely. Okay, so the next thing we're going to want to do is we want to become Commando. Because everything else is just damage resistance. I mean, Medic is cool. Vanguard is okay. Marksman is okay. But I think we need to go Commando next. So I think probably that. Because this one's just Hacker. This one is just Special Engineer. But this one is definitely an important EMP damage. That would be dope. Oh. That would be also helpful as well. Yeah, no, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, fair. We'll need to go down that as well. Component damage, yep. Like, there's lots to have here. There's lots to have. Right, anyway, let's get going. Any bosses? Not at the moment. Which is a bit of a shame. Oh, hello, bonus? Question mark? Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, that'll be a way for us to get our... That will be a way for us to get our stuff anyway. So this is... Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, yes. I love you. Oh. Thank you. Okay. Right, so far no bosses, which is understandable. Well, I say bosses. No rivals have spawned thus far. So I don't know whether that's because the rival system hasn't activated because of our level, perhaps. I know that the system is very much dependent on, like, what your... Oh, that's the... Yeah, so that's the way we want to go. Yeah. I know that the rival system is dependent on if you're, like, a higher level or you're doing certain things, but yeah. It'll be nice to sort of graduate from these weapons some point soon. Just because, obviously, eventually, the expectation / hope is that we will find ourselves with better quality weapons. / more refined tools. But yeah, no, this is... Okay. Right. Pushing towards this point. So, we're now at the point in the story where the initial shock of what's going on is kind of... It's not so much that we've gotten over the initial shock, like, oh, it's fine now, we're all handy. But it's more... Oh... That's an AK. It's a shit AK, but it's an AK. So, despite the initial fears, it turns out that the armed force, well, the Swedish people weren't so taken by surprise as to become incredibly vulnerable to... Is that a hunter? Yeah, it's a hunter. Fuck. If we can get the dogs. So what's my carry capacity? 96. Wonderful. Alright, let's try and see if we can get this guy. Not good. That could have gone better. I'm not a fan of how that went, but could have gone better. What's the skills like? Fair. So, yeah, that could have gone better. Definitely could have gone better. But now, is that another base, or is that just okay, more dogs. Loading. That was close. Right. Sniper rifle is okay, but looking forward to when we get the good shit. Oh. Nice. Low tier shotgun? Yeah, of course. Ah. Rest in peace, mate. Wait. That's the radiation version. That's not a good version to have. It's a bit of a sad part in all of these things is that you see little bastions of resistance. And it's like you can tell they didn't have enough time to really prepare. They just did what they could with what little time. They just did what they could with what they had. And it just ended up with, unfortunately, them... Yeah, it just ended up with them, unfortunately, not quite having enough. Which is a shame. Soldiers took a hit. a radio mast over yonder. What's the pistol? Ah, decent.
Du är nära nästa radioton som orsakar signalstörningen nu. Jag tror det ligger gömt ganska långt in i skogen nära Grantorp.
Vi måste utgå från att vi har en väldigt kort tid på oss att skapa kontakt. Fienden kan uppenbarligen aktivera nya störare.
And there's a bunker somewhere. Where's this bunker? Farmlands region. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there's a bunker somewhere in the farmlands region. Sure. This guy is a good shit. Take three. Like, the shotgun is the only real sort of meaty weapon I've got apart from the rifle, but the rifle's just more for precise nature. Here we go.
Var försiktig och akta dig för de där fästingarna.
Really? Be on the lookout for ticks. Not like I've been suddenly assaulted by the bastards every 5 seconds. Would have thought the explosion would have helped been...
Usch, jag hatar dem där. Hittar du någon militär radiostation? Vi måste skynda oss innan vi förlorar signalen igen.
All right.
Это советский крейсер «Дружный», говорит лейтенант Кузнецов. Всем гражданам Швеции в регионе Эстерторн.
Korpral Pontus Kovac. Vi är några få överlevande som befinner oss i skärgården. Kom.
Uppfattat. Lyssna noga. Er situation är mer kritisk än vad ni förstår. Vi har anledning att tro att maskinärerna har tagit över hela Östertorn. Jag upprepar. Hela Östertorn. Kom.
Uppfattat. Vad vet ni om fienden? Kom.
Vi vet inte. Vi håller på att undersöka och bekräfta fiendens ursprung. Men just nu måste...
Vi förlorade signalen igen. Men då är de överallt i hela Östertörn redan. Herregud. Så oavsett vart vi försöker ta oss kommer vi inte vara säkrare än här.
Jag är inte så säker på att vi kan lita på vad de säger. Mina föräldrar kanske har haft rätt om Sovjeterna hela tiden. Vi måste få bort alla signalstörare och sen får vi se.
So, Ivan could be potentially be responsible?
All right. Läget är alltså att det inte finns någon polis kvar i Östertörn och förmodligen ingen militär heller. Nästan all radiokommunikation är utslagen och folk blev antingen kidnappade eller dödade. Vad gör vi nu?
Jag vet inte. Vi måste undersöka de andra delarna av Östertörn. Varje område har en ledningsbunker, så vi borde kunna hitta nya spår att följa upp utifrån operationskartorna där.
Ja, och kanske hitta fler överlevande också. Vi är inte ensamma. Det kan vi inte vara. Det gäller bara att hitta dem.
Vi borde försöka kontakta de där sovjeterna igen. Jag måste få reda på vilka fienden är och var de befinner sig.
Is one way of doing it. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about the whole that particular thing, because that's a hidden box right there. That's probably someone not really paying attention to where they were putting it, but still. Right. I'm gonna pop the radio here. Return back to base. Store the shit we're doing, and then move on to the next bit. There we go. Making good progress thus far. Alright. The machine gun. Okay, so we've actually gotten our first ever HP... Well, we've got our first ever 5.56 assault rifle. But as with all things, it's pretty terrible. So, unfortunately, all we can really do is just take the ammo, take the equipment, and go, yep, that's fine. You know, keep the grenades. Get the smoke grenades going. Yes. Radios. I will scrap 2 of them. Cool. That should be enough for that lot. You pop over to there. You pop over to there. Everything else is good. Head over to here. Ammunition again. Are you fucking serious? No. Okay. So it looks like we can't quite get that sorted, but that's fine. Frag grenades. We shall assign to the slot of number 6. I would love to be able to make more of these things, but unfortunately, we can't quite do that yet. Okay, that's good. That's okay. That's okay. I'm half tempted to get rid of... You know what? I am going to scrap a bunch of ammo for that. So the soft point, I'm going to scrap about 605. That's much better. So that is actually quite a large amount of weight off our shoulders. And... yeah. Eventually, we will get a submachine gun or an assault rifle or something that isn't... Well, we have the 7.62 20-round mag stuff, but I personally feel like we're not quite there yet. Like, I don't quite feel like we're at the point of... Oh, yeah, no doubt this is going to be fine. Cool. Right, let's go motorize some bots, shall we? Hi, y'all. Actually, let's do a surprise attack. What's up? Reloading. Pistol spam. Couldn't stand up to the pistol spam. Right. Let us proceed further. He's going to go for a charge. Nice. I was going to try and do the pistol spam again, but it turns out didn't need to. Huh. It's like someone was desperate to... Is this like a postal service or something? Oh, it is. Yeah, it is. Must have been like a local post area for... Oh, ferries and shit. Okay. I'm going to assume on the far side there is some kind of ferry system or something. Never quite understood why you'd want a ferry when there is a literal land bridge right there. Kind of seems a bit pointless. But that's just me. I'm not much of an archipelago kind of person. Again, not a huge fan of coastal settlements. Oof. Didn't have much of a chance. See, fun fact about this particular year, well, I say this particular year, the Soviets weren't out of it. Even though the Berlin Wall had fallen and things were looking like they were about to have the Soviet Union collapse, they would not collapse for another year. And obviously this particular incident, while obviously the Soviets would be under extreme pressure to not push too far the margin, they still would have the capacity, maybe some of their elite generals would in fact have the ability, to operate with some level. So maybe in this alternate scenario, while the Berlin Wall had collapsed and fallen, it wasn't quite as... Oh, there we go. Boom. That's what I talk about. So, reports came in of a faction that had, despite the odds, established a defensive line. Of course, this happy state of affairs may not last long. The Well, that was a fucking dope way of finishing that off. Genuinely happy with that. Get thy fuck in, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, so reports were coming in of a facility or a group of people who had just about survived the worst that the robots had to offer, and maybe, just maybe, we could see the future of humanity. War is lost. Hope is not. Region with 3 islands. Go to the North Island where the sun sets, where the land ends. We are 23 safer now, Doctor. Those with tin hands cannot win. This truth is right here, Uncle. And Freddy and Yannick. Their hope and dreams for mankind everywhere to start resisting. Because we know now that it is true. Oh, there's more. Right, well, first of all... Oh, hi, how you doing? Again with the bloody 44 magnums and shit. Anyway, as I was saying before, mankind has a chance to really strike against all the monstrous creatures, for we are capable of surviving. We shall win against the robots. They won't defeat us. There's got to be... Fuck me, that was close. Oh, he's pissed. Here we go. Shit. Well, we were able to do something, but unfortunately... the resistance sadly lost out. Okay. Oh. I think I found a way through. Your defenses weren't so good. But, yeah. Oh, look at that sensory jammer thing. Right. Nice. Hopefully this guy has a rifle or something. Oh. I do declare, Mr. Beauregard, I do declare that might be that beautiful little old 50 cal. Would you be so kind as to let me get up the fucking ladder? Whoever designed this, I hope you have diarrhea. Gib! Motherfucker, Gib! I'm so... Yes. You died nobly. Girl? Or man? Guy. Okay, cool. You died nobly. Yes. Much better, thank you. I could dump you for you. Now I have a 50 cal ho ho ho. Right, that is a serious boon. I love not playing again. Ah, that's just... Okay, question. Do you do... Yes, you do. Fuck's sake. Okay, I mean, technically speaking, it's only slightly more shit because of the damage, but... We need a better version of that other one. Hey, look, you can't... I'd rather have the 2-star 50 cal than the 0-star... Yeah, bloody hell. That's the 23rd. Yeah, so there were 23. So that we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 dead thus far. And the shells have definitely hurt. But yeah, no, now we have a reason to craft the 50 cal ammo. Because in a sense, we've now got a much better version of the sniper. And we're going to be using the said sniper as long as we can. Until obviously we come up with a better sniper rifle. But we've now got ourselves the ultimate in sniping. Which I am honestly extremely grateful for. Fortunately, this location has taken a hit. A pretty significant hit. So there was an archipelago defensive line here, but unfortunately for the humans, didn't quite go to plan. I'll tell you one thing this game does do, and I think it does extremely well, is... Oh, bloody hell. It gives the sense of... What's the best way to describe it? It's like... One of the things I would say that I personally find to be a really cool thing that I think you don't often get is the sense of dread when entering what's a good example? Okay, there's a good example. Hey, feeling of late? Welcome, mate. Oh, yeah, 100%. Absolutely 100%. Hope you're having a good stream, or hope you're having a good time. But, yeah, no, actually. You know what? I had started out this stream feeling a little bit unsure, but I am having a good stream. Thank you. Really appreciate that. But yeah, the feeling I was describing, it's like, imagine if you will, you are coming up, well, to be fair, like, kind of like this, but the best way I can describe this feeling, I don't know, is you are coming up to a building, or you're inside a tunnel, and your objective is to push through said tunnel. You're minding your own, and you hear this and you've been told that there's a bunch of, like, you're trying to explore and trying to, survive against an unknown foe or a foe or whatever, and you know that there are bad guys in the building. You know that there are some pretty heinous or horrendous odds against you, but you're dealing with that, and it's all pretty. You're managing. Then, as you're walking up to this room, you hear an almighty crashing sound. What sounds to be a firefight going very much one-sidedly, and you hear the people in the room bashing and screaming and shooting and doing whatever. And then, the monster is clearly winning because, the guns are shooting and everything's going to, like, 0. And then silence. And it's that feeling of dread that you have when you're entering an environment. You're like, oh, shit. You've come after everything's gone on, but only just within the last few seconds. I think a good example of this would be... For me, first of the time I ever felt this was playing Metal Gear Solid 2, when the SEAL team is ambushed and killed by Vamp, and you're going into all you've got to go on is the radio transmission of Vamp basically going to town on people, and you not really having a clue. So you're like edging into this building and into the strut, going like, I don't like this. And that was always something that I liked, but also didn't like, if that makes any sense. Like it's a thing where you're like, I really don't like this, he says with a smile. Rest in peace, but I will take your gun because you may rest in peace, but I need your peace. The dum-dum tisk terrible dad joke. Yeah. So the next time I ever had that feeling was when I was playing Dark Dead Space 2, where it's near the end of the game. You're trying to get through to get to the marker which the government is holding in a facility. And as you're making your way towards it, the government has basically declared you an enemy and has told all the soldiers to shoot you on sight. And there comes a point where you're entering this sort of long corridor. Like, you've been going through the whole bunch of the dead and everything. You've been going through the necromorphs, but you're coming over to this hallway, and there's like 30 or more guys, all aiming their rifles at you, going like, right, if you come into this room, Isaac, you're a dead man, sort of thing. And you're like, oh shit, what are we going to do? How the hell are we going to get through? So you kind of deviate to the side, go upstairs, and there's a button on one of on the panels which kills the lights. And for a few seconds, nothing happens. And the enemies are like, well, okay, the lights are out, but let's just see if we can... And then all of a sudden, there's like an unmitigated horde of necromorphs just swarming through. And you can hear the soldiers getting absolutely fucking eviscerated by all of the necromorphs underneath you. Like, you're only like one door in a corridor. You're a floor in a corridor ahead of these, above these things. And it took me, honest to God, 5 to 10 minutes to work up the courage to leave the fucking room, because I was like, I don't want to go down there. I had this horrible feeling that there was this, you were supposed to go another way, and that you would, you were supposed to go another way, and that by going down the way you came, you were just guaranteed death. So it took me, and then I realized, no, you're meant to go that way. And I'm just like, oh god. So this gives me a sense of that. You're like, oh shit. But yes, we were sold the hopes and prayers of everyone who could have made it. We almost did it. We almost beat back the robots, but sadly, the robots had a giant fucking gun on their side. Alright, let's Let's see if anyone survived this explosion. I doubt it very much so. Nice. Jammy little shit.
Jag är okej. Jag är okej. Jäkta mig inte. Du måste vara en av de nya. Om ingen nämnt det än, jag heter Kalle. Ta en walkie-talkie. Freddy förklarar resten. Vänta. Var är Freddy? Var är alla? Allt jag minns är att jag slår i huvudet. Herregud. Stället är helt förstört. Det ligger en gammal fornborg ute i åkermarkerna. Jag är inte i skick att resa så långt. Kan du snälla hjälpa mig?
Do we need to help? Looks like we just... Yeah, okay, sure. We'll just leave him in this burning building because reasons. Right, okay. Well, we have done the necessary thing. We've explored. We've gotten all the necessary tools. And I do believe we're set.
Först måste jag veta om min brorson eller om några av de andra tog sig härifrån med livet i behåll. Jag vet att vi precis träffats, men i den här världen är det människor mot utomjordingar. Så jag litar på dig och du litar på mig, okej?
Nice. All right, cool. So we need to... Wait, that doesn't count as... Oh, for God's sake. Right, I'm going to have to go back to that little safe house because I haven't fully discovered it yet. But yes, so crucial bit of info now. We've got a 50 cal sniper rifle, which means my sniping capabilities will now be pretty much dominated by the 50 cal. Could this be seen as a bit of a cheese? Maybe, but considering the yeah, so considering the fact that this is a level 2 50 cal sniper rifle, it means that we actually do have a decent chance against the robots, because we're already taking on tanks and taking on tanks and the my brain is just fogging up so much at the other name for them, but that one, the fuck are they called? Harvesters. There we go. So we're taking on harvesters and tanks. So we're already encountering the big bads at this moment in time, and then on top of that we have to deal with. Hang on. How do we get? Is there just a way that we can just jump over this? Oh, yeah, we can. Sweet. But yeah, so essentially, we're already encountering the higher tiered foes. So now we just need to get ourselves... so now we can kind of deal with them. And it also means I don't have to carry around this piece of shit anymore. Because don't get me wrong, this is a good sniper rifle. But it does feel somewhat lackluster in comparison to so many other of the rifles and everything. We still also need to craft said 50 cal ammo. Oh, fuck me. There we go. Ticks can be the worst, especially the ones that have the explosives on them. They are pretty messed up. Though, to be fair, they also kind of give me a decent kind of Yeah, they can be the worst, but I also feel like they kind of pay for themselves. High quality dogs, though, like the high dudes, yeah, no, the dogs, those dogs are absolute bastards. Alright. Let's have a look, see. We took care of those dogs. Right, let's go get that home set up. The dog. We are getting a lot of ammo. Hey, nice. A assault rifle and all sorts. Oh, even better, there's a recycle station here. Fan-dabby-dobby. Oh, and a crafting station too. Get the fuck in there. Beautiful. Oh, I get to be in the sun and everything. It's lovely. Right, okay. First of all, get rid of the hollow point. Right, now we can kind of kiss goodbye that stuff, which is great. We also have ammo for the 50 cal. Not huge amounts, mind, but definitely enough. Be very careful. Be very fucking careful. Alright. I will say, they've definitely made the whole carry capacity thing quite nice. Right. I'm going to take the scope off the... Right, recycling station. Right, attachments. Wait, really? Huh? Okay. I mean, it's a 3-star, so we're not really going to get rid of that. I'm just puzzled as to why it won't let me do that, but sure. Right, that weapon has done me absolute wonders, but unfortunately... As they say in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, it is time to go now. All away your anchor. All away your anchor. It's a sailing time. Right, cool. We still don't have a fully automatic weapon yet. Oh, God. One day. Okay, how much do we need to make for... Okay, let's have a look, see. Schematics. Ammo! We need to make 50 cal. I need 10 more of that. Tell you what, let's make a few rocket rounds, shall we? Raketenwerfer. Because we have a bit of explosives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, okay, cool. Let's also make a bunch of 5.56 because why not? Reason why is because eventually we will come actually, and let's make a few of that. So eventually we will need all of these things. But more importantly, we now have enough to buy the 40 cal, 50 cal. Right. Cool. Store that, store that, store that. Cool. Now we can make the 50 cal ammo. We're now going to run low on all of that stairs. How much rounds do we have? 80's alright, I'd say. I'm not entirely sure what this whole best viewers things is, and if there's a way I can adjust that, because I can tell that's probably a bot. Most definitely is a bot. But... Right, we're at 47. Fuck me. Alright. Time to craft a bit more ammo. Oh god, I'm pissing through all the lead that I've got. Oh, I'm only still... That's gonna be fine. How much ammo? I'm at 30 fucking 7 already. God, I need to piss through this ammo. Oh boy. That's a lot of ammo I don't have. Jesus. Alright. Alright, okay. Cool. So, let's go now to the safe house, whereupon we have our dear old friends, the tank. But hey, I have a gun now. Ho ho ho. That absolutely devastates. Or at least I would hope it does. I mean, it's full metal jacket. So it's not. It's like the finger quote bog standard, but it's a 50 cal sniper rifle. It's gonna do me wonders. So yeah, we need to punch a hole through this. Yes, I mean, to be fair, my favorite depiction or favorite interpretation of a 50 cal is 50 cal for when you want to reach out and touch something. Or touch someone. Right. We need to push over through to here. Grab this objective. Oh, that's the making friends thing, isn't it? How much experience do I get? I get a decent amount. What's my skills? I leveled. Good. Okay. So now... do that one next. Yeah, true. I mean, the first decent scoped weapons you can get are pretty decent. It's just, unfortunately... Oh, gotcha. I mean, it's probably the best... Aside of maybe the Carl Gustav rocket launcher with, like, the dual shots, the railgun is probably one of my favorite weapons in the game for dealing with various creatures or various tanks. Like, it just... First of all, sounds amazing. Second of all, it absolutely slaps when you get such a potent firepower. Like, it literally fucks over a large majority of enemies to the point where you can look at a tank and you can think, oh, look, it's a target. I can enjoy this. You know, it's like, oh, look, it's a... If you're looking at, say, for example, a military tank or the prototypes tanks, nothing. Oh, yeah, true. I mean, it's a 50 cal. It's... The developers of this game knew what they were doing when it came to, like, the satisfaction meter of when it comes to firearms. Okay, we got to try and push through to this. Right, I'm going to try and move to a position where I can sort of slightly get better. Yeah, it's like, yeah. Essentially, maneuver into positions so that when I do engage combat with this guy, I can take him down fairly quickly. Oh, yeah. I tell you what, the PKM, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The M60's alright, but the PKM fucking nailed it. And I got the last playthrough I did, I was blessed. I not only had a PKM, but I also had the, like, tier 5 magazine capacity as well. So not only did I have an incredible LMG with the capacity to do absolute wonders with damage, I could also fucking slap with a 200 round belt-fed magazine. It was belt-fed box. It was amazing. Right, how fucked is this building? Fucked, but not that fucked. It's hit, but not that bad. But yeah, now we need just a good Carl Gustav rocket launcher. And I'm kind of set, you know? I don't have the DLC for the minigun. I'm probably not going to purchase it either, because I kind of feel like the minigun would be overkill. Like, the weapon set... I mean, what else did... Okay, that was close. Did not realize that the building was lethal. I think the DLC has... Hang on, let me quickly check it on my phone. Because the DLC for Generation Zero had... like... yeah, so Generation Zero... last DLC was the Heavy Weapons Pack. Okay. And this one has... oh, Deagle. Oh, Spaz 12. Those are really good options. And also... grenade launcher? Like, oh... wait, no, Striker machine gun. Unless that is a... unless that's... no, that's not the M32. The Deagle and the Spaz 12 kind of almost make it worth me pushing. I know, yeah, true, I don't have to use the minigun, but it's like, just because I don't have to, it's like... I said, this will probably be the last time I touch this game once I've played... well, I say last time I touch this game. But this will be the last, like, stream playthrough when it comes to stuff like that, and I don't tend to play games I don't, like, record or whatever. At least with the exceptions of, like, maybe Star Citizen, and... even though I've tried playing Star Citizen... oh, hello. Yeah. I mean, I said, I like the... I think it's a really good DLC, and I think if anyone wants to... if anyone is playing this game for the first time, I'd suggest getting all the DLC, because it's pretty freaking good. Like, absolutely go for it, because this game deserves the support. It's just... I've played this game too many times now, but you know what I would like to see? Sequel. If to be fair, all you would need to get me on board is someone saying, "Hey, yeah, so Generation Zero, okay, new environment, sure. So you know, big map, similar size of big map, or if not bigger. I'm always happy to take bigger. Same level of depth. Yep, sure, sounds good. Same size, big map, very immersive. Yep, no, I totally get that. Totally, I'm on board. Well, yeah, I'm liking this so far. And then it's like just, further improvements to the skill system, further improvements to the weapons. I think there would be something here, wouldn't you? But no. I think this is like a legacy thing from World War II as well. But no, like, it would be actually pretty sick as shit if we could have something like a Generation Zero to... I mean, then again, I don't know what's happening at the end of this one. Like, I've yet to complete the Showdown update, so... and no spoilers. No spoilers, please, on that one, because I do want to see what the finger quote ending of this game is. I'm getting the feeling I'm going to be disappointing, but I'm also hoping that it's not going to be that case. Like, I know that some games, what they'll do is they'll have a really good sort of like, well, they'll have a decent ending or a sort of a whoa cliffhanger, bah, sort of style. But in all honesty, where is that a person? Oh, okay, no, I misread that. Cool. So no, I'm hoping to see some good. I'm hoping to see some good shit. So there looks to be a little bit of a base over here as well. I think I actually snuck by the tank, which is impressive. Okay, I'm glad. That's all I'm gonna say. I appreciate that. That is good. That is very good. Let's see, the tank is getting there. Always wondered why they never let you. Always gonna let you do it. I'm not gonna be able to. No. Always got the water and the leaves on. That's why you can. Yeah, literally. There we go. I never understood why They never went with a capacity to swim in this game. Like, I'm not saying that you have to have any skills or anything into it. All I'm asking is to have the ability to, like, slowly, very slowly, go across a body of water in a way that seems a bit like overkill now, using this thing. But I do have a good scope now, and that means I can actually do something like this. That sounds amazing. I thought it was 5 rounds. Turns out it's 10. Dodged every one of those. Hey, doggy. I need to probably get into the whole crafting of the clothes thing. Right, let's clear this place out. Is that enterable? True. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but I get where you're coming from. Yeah. True, true. No, you are right. Because obviously, if I know I could swim, I could probably be like, fuck it, I'll just go around this way rather than having to go through. So, I get what you mean. It makes sense. Just means that on the rare occasions where I have to try and navigate through locations, I can't quite cheese it by swimming. Or at least, yeah. Yeah, true. I mean, to be fair, all I would have done is, at least if I was to be in charge of this kind of thing, is I probably would have gone with the whole, you will swim incredibly slowly. There's no real way for you to get anywhere. So if you were persistent, sure, you can swim, but at the same time, or to be fair, what I also would have done is what most games tend to do now is have the swimming drain your stamina, and then obviously the moment you stay too long, it's like if you spend too long in the water trying to swim, you begin to finger quote drown, and then you know ends up with having a massive sort of whatever. So yeah, no, I get you on that. Nice. Yeah, true. I mean, and essentially the whole point of the thing would just be so that, and the main reason why I would only do that is for like lowish level things. For example, going through that bit there, or maybe trying to sneak around a particular point. True. No, if there's one thing I would like to say to one of the developers, if I ever got the chance to meet them, is I would say, if you are to make a second game, for the love of God, please allow us to have the same level of immersion when it comes to the soundscape. Like, this is the first game where I actively found the music would not be... where I found that the game's sound effects would be better without music. Like, I know there were sound effects in this game, the musical soundtrack, and I very much appreciate the efforts they went to do that, but I actually find that the setting is far more haunting when you're not being blitzed by music, and instead you're just listening and listening out for the robots. Like, that is incredible, and I hope that if there was ever another game like this, that would be one of the key things that to take away from this experience. Because, again, there is something truly awesome about going into a combat zone and you're basing you're basing whether or not you've won the day by how quiet it is. You know, if you finally kill the last robot, there is going to be a point, and I'm sure we're going to have it as well, where... well, we've had it already, where we've literally... where we've had this massive firefight, and I'm just sitting here listening for whatever the hell may be out there. It's awesome. So yeah, I would definitely say, if you are to make a second game, do that. I kind of do the same with Icarus to Once in a Blue Moon. Like, I'll play the game with the music, because obviously the music the soundtrack to the game is really good. I think it's a really good, enjoyable, semi-relaxing music. But there are times where I will just play without it, because you'll hear the same tune X amount of times, and it will kind of become a bit tedious. So I tend to turn it off for a little bit, then after a period of time I'll turn it back on again. Yeah, no, I get you on that. No, I have not. I will look into that. Ravenbound. Like Ravenholm, we don't go there anymore. Right, there is the key, there is the thing. We can now make a robot! I'm going to immediately... like this storage drive. Oh, this is then going to take me all the way back to here. Yes. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know that the robot, the drone robot was nice and all, but I'm literally only completing this so I can get the task. Actually, here's a question for you. And to be fair, anyone who watches this afterwards as well, on the YouTube stuff. When it comes to games like this, do you feel that you are more of a person who plays with companions, like you have NPCs that provide you assistance, or do you prefer to lone wolf it? Because I find myself... I think I kind of fell into the habit of lone wolfing it when I was playing games like Fallout. Right, let's get the radios done. Damn it. I will keep the EMP cells because those are actually quite useful. And I can't make them. Yeah. Like, you find yourself becoming a shepherd. And it's not so much that you resent it. I mean, true, double carry capacity is nice, but I think if I was having a mule around, I would constantly feel like I had to watch out for the mule. You know, like, I'd be like, okay, I need to park the mule over here, dump it, give it instructions, and then give it instructions for it to... Right. Gasoline. it would be a constant reminder that while I may be finger quote on my own, I've got a logistical base around me. Right, let's get rid of some of these scopes. I'd say maybe cut this in half by about 412, maybe 361. There we go, perfect. Nope. Actually, yeah. Right, then I'll delete this lamb out. Cool. And then take the 361 out, and then yeah, you go, perfect. Cool. So I got more additionals. Cool. Oh yeah, cool. So pump action. God, beautiful. I got some bullets. Yeah, true. I mean, I'm probably not. I don't think I'll be running with the companion. I mean, having some skill sets, or having some skills that you can use with the robot can definitely be of use, and I like that particular fact that yes, you have it can mark certain things, but again, it's one of those elements that like, I don't know, it kind of takes me out of the experience maybe. It's one of those interesting things actually, because it's like you'd think, oh no, yeah, Jaeger, that makes so much sense. It's an addition, you know, you want to have as hard time, but at the same time you want to I want to go out that way. Is that an exit that way? That's an exit that way, cool. Yeah, there we go. I think I couldn't go through here earlier because of the loot that I couldn't grab. Yeah, yeah, that was it. I couldn't do shit because I was like, oh, I'm over encumbered. Yep. I like it. Evil. Are we diddling with our log? Oh yeah. There we go. Cool. Oh. Right, let's quickly... You see, that would be better. Right, can... Blow your companion. Okay. Install, and then what?
Hey, kompis! Nu kör vi!
How does it not... Have I got it? Oh yeah, I do. Hang on. Let your companion do a trick. What trick? individual appearance. Whoa! The hell? How do I configure the emotes? Oh, there we go. Okay, build and equip armor on your companion. Fair enough. Okay. Cool. Right. Cool. Right. And that's that done. Yeah, no, to be fair, like, I agree. I think they would... The developers had limited amount of time to do stuff, and I think they probably either if they had additional plans to go through, then they probably would have done something along the lines of like, okay, cool, nice. So I think the developers, given the amount of time that they would have had, they did the best that they could, and I agree. And I don't think I'm not necessarily having a go with their development plans or anything. I would agree that they could take lessons from here and put those lessons to good use with... Oh, nice. Okay. Good to know. Right, let's... I hate to... It sounds like I'm doing the thing at disservice, but I'm just like... I'm immediately going to put the dog into the inventory, and there it will stay. There you go. Right. We get rid of the repair kits. Extended mag on the crisp, which I think we've got a pretty decent go. Get rid of you, get rid of you, get rid of you. Cool. Oh yeah, we do. Cool. But yeah, so nice, so we've got that going. And now if we go with the skills, yeah, we're going for that. I think I'm half tempted to go down this whole spotting intel, then inquisitive mind, because if we can get the additional EXP. But then also the benefits is that, yeah, no, I think that with the developers, I think there's a couple of things they could have definitely done better, but I'm not by any stretch of the imagination saying, oh, they did a terrible job, I don't like this game, blah, 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 blah. It's like... there we go. Oh, click. Is the chat thing not working? I was trying to see about the... Doesn't help the fact that the Path of the Gods thing... I might have to move the chat thing to the other side. Oh yeah, no, we definitely need to put it to the other side, I think. Maybe... Hang on, if I just adjust the chat scale settings a little bit... See, weather stream. Yeah, there we go. Oh, nice. Trying to organize the view thing so I can have the chat show up, but it's also not going to be over unless I put it here. No, it's going to be too much in the way. I'm going to do this slightly differently. Increase the size by about 300 maybe? No, that's probably a bit too much. 150. There we go. Right, anyway. There we go. Nice. There you go. Apologies for the delay, guys. Right, cool. There we go. Thank you very much for your patience on that one. I just noticed this, like, the objectives marker was kind of getting in the way of the... Yeah, I was noticed that the objectives marker was kind of getting in the way of the chat, so I was a bit like, probably a good idea to maybe move the chat to the other side. Because... I'm kind of running on, like, basic stuff for these things, so that's why I'm like... Cool. Yeah, I'm running on basic stuff for these particular things, so... Because this is going to be seen in YouTube, I kind of wanted to prove to people on YouTube that I'm not talking to myself, because I'm not crazy. Cool. But yeah, what was I talking about earlier? Yes, so the... Cool. Nice, nice, nice. So yeah, essentially, I think there are some things that for the second game I would very much adjust. I think the first thing I probably would do is I'd adjust how... Oh my god, there's so much. I first would adjust the... I would first adjust the skill system, because I think the skill tech tree is good, but I feel like there's definite room for improvement, and I feel like there's some things that I would have done differently. Namely being, I would have had the system not kind of force me to spread out a bit, because like the game system is designed so that you would have different builds for different players. So different players would be like, oh yeah, I've got a sniper build, or a support build, or a DPS, or tank. And it's like, yeah, that's really cool, except for the fact that I've only got so many points to allocate, and the points that I need to be a strong solo build, or at least a strong build that, like, if you're running alone, there should be an ability for you to run as a solo... Fuck. Alright. Developers heard I was talking. You plenty back here. Fuck me. Come on. Reload. Come on, come on, come Oh, hi. There we go. Fucking Hunter just chilling at the front side like, sup. Yeah. Bollocks, bollocks, bollocks. Should have used this earlier. Should have used them earlier. Fuck's sake. I never have enough rounds. Reload, you bastard. That could have been better. Yeah. That was a fight and a half, but I know I lose experience from a fight if I go down. Still, that was a pretty impressive fight. I need to improve my health. I think this battle has shown how badly I need my health to go up. And that kind of has cleared out all of the robots in the local area, so I suppose I can't complain too much. Just enough. But yeah, no, like, I think it would be dope if we had a slightly more refined system that allows for solo play. Icarus does this pretty well with the solo stat build. So basically, whenever you're running solo, well, there's two talent trees, essentially, that you have. The normal talent tree is where you've got stuff that will work in tandem with other players, and then there's a solo talent tree, where basically some of the stuff that you have is amplified. So there's still a kind of a selection as to what you want to focus on, but primarily it just gives you additional buffs and abilities so that, you know, doing shit on your own, you can manage in comparison to, like, so many of the other tiers. Ooh. Dead person, but these guys got fucking massacred. And there's my EpiPen. So far, so good with the EpiPens. Now, were it not for the fact that I know that the harvester that I killed was closer to the HQ, I would be like, oh yeah, there's the harvester I killed. That's so cool. But no, I know that they are not quite like that. Yeah, I think that's all. That fucking drone lured the entire bastard group of them. God damn. There you go. No. But yeah, so I think that would probably be something. That would be something I would lean into. Shit. Okay, need a key. Oh. Alright. That would be something I would lean into, definitely. Not so much that you can make a solo player overpowered, Because obviously the thing with the solo build's tech talent tree is that the moment another player would hop into the server with you or your run on Icarus, those skills would immediately turn off, and you would be very much dependent on all of your talents that you'd been selecting up until that point. But so it's not like you could run this thing. It's not like you would run this thing. So in a sense, it would not make you overpowered. And the talent tree still was, and you still felt like, even though you've got the talent for the solo talent build, as well as the non-solo talent tree, you still had a decent amount of skills that you had to work through. So I would say something along those lines would be pretty good, because there we go. Oh, too late. Cool beans. Alright, we're almost at the mainland now. There's the base of operations for that location. And there's this can thing. You can hear them as well. Do 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 do. Do do do. Do do. Clear? Looks like it. Welcome to the stream, Kinky Binky. Hope you're having a good evening. Glad that we share a common ancestry. We are ape. Monkey. I just see a flash in the distance. Maybe it's just the sunlight hitting it. The weather is starting to turn a little bit. Yeah, it could be better. Right. Maybe. I think paranoia is a constant companion, to the point it's more just like I've only just... Sometimes I forget, sometimes I remember. I'm like, oh, hello, paranoia, my old friend. Oh, hang on, I think I know where that is. And also, I think we're coming up to the point where we have our first base Caesar, which I think would be kind of cool. Let's have a look-see. I do believe we do. Nice. Right. So, we finally broken through to the end, which, I say the end of the archipelagos at least. So, now we need to get to the ring fort, do the other sort of tricks. I'm trying to remember the best way to go around this particular island. Whether we go this way around, because I know that there's the airport in the middle, and I know there's a whole thing. I want to kind of wait to save this area So in a sense, we probably need to ignore the ring fort and go to deal with other things. Because technically speaking, this is part of the DLC / later on in the game. Whereas what we're doing up here is kind of what we're supposed to be doing. Kind of. I mean, that's definitely going to be an after we finish everything else sort of deal. I really hope that's accessible. And that being accessible. Really hope those two are. But no. Our main mission log is still probably the, command bunker network. So we have to basically go through all the different regions. Still. But apparently we have the base building, which now finally has reasons to be utilized, which I am honestly quite happy about. And obviously, slight plug time, but if you do... Oh yeah, way too long. Way long time. But that's what I like about it. We're in the early stages. I'm feeling good. We've got the 50 cal. I am feeling optimistic. Next best thing we could find is the Carl Gustav rocket launcher, and I think we'll be set. I do love that rocket launcher. It's a good thing. It's got some pretty potent firepower. We're coming up to one of my personal... Well, I don't know if it's my personal favorite base of operations here. The bunkers kind of dominate in terms of, like, practical usage, but there is a good couple of locales. Oh, hello. Yeah. Them buggers. Still just as vulnerable. Oh, hello. Yep, reloading. Is that it? Yes, cool. Yeah, no, we've definitely got a long ways to go, and I am all the more for that. It's a good lengthy... I'd say this game is a good lengthy title with some really enjoyable atmospherics. If you are liking what you're seeing here, don't hesitate to do so by hitting the like button, comment section, and subscribing. For those on Twitch, you may not know, I'm actually doing this via Restream. So... the intent is that I do this on my YouTube channel, so that it's basically, this is a live Let's Play. So whenever I finish doing an episode on here, if you want to catch up from the start, you can go to the YouTube channel, which I forgot to link down below previously, so I will try and figure out a way of putting the link into my YouTube channel. I will remember to do that tonight, so you'll be able to see that. So basically, whenever you catch up with any of the episodes, or if you miss any of the episodes that I've been recording, because I don't necessarily have a full-on schedule, but I tend to I try to the day beforehand put a community post to say, hey, I'm going to be live tomorrow from such and such time. Then that way people get a sort of a chance to hop in if they want to watch that thing live. But if not, they get to watch the stuff regardless. And it keeps a nice little YouTube thing for that one. So that's the way that I roll with that one. I'm going to go quickly grab that there. Cool. Yeah, no, this particular location is pretty solid. I do like this place. Like, there's a lot of good things here. You've got, if I'm not mistaken, a full base. Yeah, you have a full-on actual base, which I like. It's got a Vigan, so it's unfortunately a non-utilized Vigan, but considering how shit it is out there at the moment. Weekly resistance progress, hunter reward package. Huh. Oh, nice. Okay. So there was a different color paint for that one. Cool. Right, let's go recycle the shitty 44. Is your hunting rifle? Ah, the Alaguster. Yeah, no. it's you're too late, Sonny Jim. We've got ourselves a 50 cal. But we do appreciate the ammo that you're letting us collect. Because that means I get to make more 50 cal ammo. Yeah! That looks pretty solid. And then you. Any more? Nice. Okay. So then we go over here, deposit some of the bits and pieces. Deposit the gasoline, deposit the fuel cell, because we don't need that stuff. I'll keep the fuel cell, I'll keep the EMP and the other jazz. I will probably curtail some of the shotgun rounds by about 300 and something. Because we don't need that much shotgun shell. And it just means then that we get to have a little bit of extra space, which I think is kind of important. Okay, that's 117 ammo. Yeah, I feel like we're probably going to need to make more of this stuff, which I suppose is a good thing, because it means I can get my my armor-piercing variant sooner rather than later. There we go. Yeah, 264 rounds, that should be good. And that should hopefully be in... Yes, there it is! More than enough for me to buy the armor-piercing round for that, which is dope. Nice. Right, let's craft the armor-piercing... armor-piercing variant of the 50 cal. I do, yes. Though I'm not likely to use the dog, as I personally don't need to. Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, as I don't personally. I personally prefer to do stuff on my own when it comes to stuff like these kind of games. So I tend not to use the companions or dogs and stuff. But I do have it. Oh shit! Better turn to crap. Right. Okay. Sites in this area, go see what they're up to, tutorials. Whoa. What is that? Okay. Alloy, Jesus. Okay, so we need to go to building blocks, which... Okay. Well, let's go see how those guys fared, and if we can make our own little... Actually, wait, question. I need the C4, don't I? Because I think we're finally at a point where we need that shit. Ha ha ha! Ha 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 ha! See, this is the part that I'm looking for. This is the part that I was looking forward to earlier, because now I have a reason to build this shit. Yes, I'm gonna now make some of the consumables. We can also make the portable homing turret, which is nice, as well as the machine gun turret, which is also kind of awesome. We'll hold off for the time being because I know I'm gonna need that later on, but what I will need is one of these. Cool. Schematics. I think this is the DLC shit, isn't it? Yes, it is. Cool. Maybe? There we go. Okay. I think this will be a good place to... We'll do this mission, and then I think we'll probably get ready to wrap up that, which is not too bad, considering the timing on this one. So...
All right. Så soldaterna tog sig faktiskt hit. Då kanske de lyckades få fram mer information ändå.
Du, ta det försiktigt. Du är nära maskinernas bas nu. Akta så de inte hör dig.
Yeah, to be fair, we're going after one of their base of operations, which is not great. Considering the fact that... Okay, so the autogevär. What did he have? A shit version of that. Okay. I think what I'll probably be doing is I'll do one more of the... We'll do one more We'll do one more stream of... So in episode 3 of the Generation 0, and then I think I will then start my first episode on the... There we go. We'll do our first episode on the Icarus playthroughs and stuff, because that is also going to be something that I'm co-streaming. I say co-streaming. I'm also streaming alongside. Oh, that's really close.
Nej. Då blev de dödade innan de hann genomföra sin plan.
Fan också. Då har vi förlorat ännu en patrull. Alla är alltid döda. Det här är riktigt illa. Helvete!
Allt hänger på oss nu, Pontus. Och vi har i alla fall informationen de dog för. Vi kan använda den. Vi måste fortsätta och slutföra det här. Eller hur?
Ja, visst. Du har rätt. Okej, hörni. Vi måste tänka noga nu. Det här kommer inte bli lätt. Enligt anteckningarna verkar det som att det är 2 mindre komponenter som alstrar ström och bildar en sköld runt styrenheten. Om du förstör dem först borde du kunna slå ut styrenheten sen. Men glöm inte att de hela tiden bygger fler maskiner där inne. Om du inte lyckas stoppa dem snabbt kommer det snart att krylla av dem. Det här kan bli riktigt farligt, okej?
Vi vet vad vi behöver göra nu. Och det gjorde inte soldaterna som försökte före oss. Det kommer förändra allt. Jag lovar.
Okay. I was wondering if there's penetrations. Yeah. I think it's the shit Carl Gustav though, but it's there. What I'll do is I'll back over towards the HQ, store all the stuff that's there, because there's a lot of shit here that could be used. Something slightly ASMR-ish about being inside a facility like this when it's absolutely pissing it down outside. Right. We'll take the standard of that. Probably the ammunition that's costing me all this weight. And also that as well. I will take all but 2 spare binoculars. Definitely take the car battery. Shotgun choke. Not a bad idea, but... Oh, I should have left a radio there, shouldn't I? Duh. Oh, it's not that far. Right, take you back over to there-ish. Pop you boys over to there-ish. Yeah, no, we'll get rid of that. We'll get rid of that. It's a cool idea, but... Okay, so what we got in terms of slots? I'll use the assigned to slots for the number 8, so we have... Actually, what I'll do is I'll use the small ones first, then the big ones. That would make more sense. Cool. Right, okay. In terms of carry capacity... we're going to have to adjust as per, but I think it's because of the amount of ammo I've got. Okay, let's go. I'll get that thing set up, right? Right. What we'll do, I think, is we'll grab the rocket launcher. Don't think there's a huge amount of ammo for it. I think it's also a low level. Yeah, it's the shit one. I'll go dump this back at base. Right, the rounds we'll take and keep over to there. How much are these taking up? 1.30, 500, 250, 2. Yeah, it's the ammo. Yeah, so when it comes to the different weapons and stuff, I'm aiming to use the 50. Yeah, I'm aiming to use the rocket launcher when it's at least tier 2, maybe tier 3 and above. Ideally, I'd like to find a rocket launcher and weapon system that's like tier 3 or tier... Well, if I'm lucky enough, tier 4. But obviously, in this environment at this moment, I don't think we're going to get anything higher than tier 2. But still, I know that technically speaking, a rocket launcher is a rocket launcher, and it shouldn't really matter. But I feel like having that extra stats means that the weapons, when we do finally start using them, feels like an actual upgrade. And I've got, you know, DLC shit, so I've got these little things, I've got grenades, I've got all the things I, finger quote, would need to have. I would just need to make sure that... Oh, shit! Okay, base is alerted. Oh. A location for where they put shit? No? Oh, there was. Nope, there wasn't. Okay, shit. Okay, let's go. Let's take this base. And hopefully not die in the process, because I don't have that much health on this one. I didn't realize how little I had it. Turret. Die. Shit. breached, baby. Right, go. Nice. Cool. Right. Okay. Did not mean to do that. Okay, good to know. Ow, 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 ow. Generator A. Right, let's go get this other one. 1, 2, 3. Probably should have the contact. I have played this game twice before, but right, let me just see if this works. That works. Bugged or something? Doesn't look like it's taking damage. Uh-oh. Yeah! Oh, that's just wonderful. That sucks. It's smoking. Well, I suppose both are bad habits.
Ja! Du lyckades! Du förstörde den! Basen har fallit!
Jag visste att du skulle fixa det. Det där var helt otroligt.
Okej, vi måste se till att maskinerna inte bygger en ny bas där borta. De verkar helt klart intresserade av området, så det kan vara värt att skydda det.
So let's see. So claim control point, farmlands region plus 106. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Nice. Technical lab will. You need to defend your bases for longer. However, the higher settings increase the struct put out of efficiency. If you manage to keep your chemical on track, they will output resources from the home base. Nice. Okay. They've very much changed how that works. Very fucking cool. Okay, so structures. So we have the companion station, the medical facility. We have all the bunker and the Soviet pillboxes and stuff. And then we have the Hunter War Trophy, the decorations, and all that jazz. Ah, here we go. A drill. Ooh. Okay, that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. We have a medical trailer. Nice. Okay. Crafting station, vehicle station, FTML. Sure. We'll need to defend this place, that's for sure. Of course. Okay, they've definitely changed a few things since then. I've got a few Soviet-style defense things because of the DLCs that I've got, but... Okay, that's pretty cool. Start building my own base. Gotcha. Okay, no, that's dope as shit. And we also now have a base of operations, which begs the question, how many of these can we build? That is dope. That is honestly quite dope. Actually, wait, is this their home? Oh, is this undiscovered safe house? Nice. Right. Well, for the time being, we'll just pop down the basics. So, oh. There we go. So, first of all, we'll just put the usual storage box and stuff. Pop that there.
Strålande! Görbra! Nu kan vi bygga en hel bas här. Och om maskinerna kommer tillbaka är vi redo för dem.
Vår egen bas. Jag gillar det skarpt. Vi ska visa dem. Det här är vår ö. Och om vi skulle upptäcka att de försöker bygga fler baser så krossar vi dem också.
Det låter som en bra plan, Therese. Och nu vet vi hur man slår ut en maskinbas. Vi måste verkligen göra allt vi kan för att förhindra att maskinerna växer sig starkare. Det är i alla fall ett som är säkert.
Nice. Kind of boring, but we'll do all the crafting stations and everything else. Nice. Okay, good to know, good to know. Sure. We'll get this little thing on the side going. Right. Is this just for decorations, or are there actually any benefits to this? Yeah, that's like a decorative thing. Right, okay. Oh, nice. Grenade launcher pillbox. Machine resistance pill gun. Spike shit. Turrets, I'm guessing. Yeah, sniper towers plus. Nice, okay. Oh, of course. So we'll have to craft stuff to that, which is fair enough, but it's like, ah, damn it. So this place doesn't have any... Yeah, does not have any drills of sorts. Cool. Okay. Well, I'll hold off doing any drills for this location as of yet, just because I feel like that probably would be a great way of getting of ringing the dinner bell, as it were. But yeah, no, I think this is probably as good a time as any to wrap up for today. So, thank you all very much for watching. If you like this kind of content, as mentioned before, don't hesitate to click on the like button, hit the subscribe channel for the YouTubers. For those on Twitch, as mentioned before, I do run this thing on my YouTube channel, which I will try and put onto either the Twitch channel, like in the bio description, but I will also pop into the YouTube channel chat, into the Twitch chat once I've got the YouTube side of it done. But thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it regardless, and I look forward to seeing you again. I may be on tomorrow. We'll see about... I'll be needing to do some things, but if I am going to be on, I'm going to probably be on in the evening time. So I will aim to be around this time. But if you don't catch me during live streams, don't worry. Just head to the YouTube channel and you'll be able to see it when I once I've got that once I've got that stream done and sorted for that one. But yeah, thank you all so very much. As I said, after the next stream, which will be this again for our 3rd episode, I'm then going to do the first episode of the Icarus playthrough, because I'm pretty much raring to go for that one. I'm ready and raring to go, and I'm super excited for that, so I'm definitely going to be doing... Yeah, no, I'm very much keen on doing that one. So, thank you very much once again. And this is Mr. Jaeger signing out. Have a good one, guys. I'll just get into a decent position. There you go. Good place to stop.